Greetings everyone and welcome back to Factory Town, where we have completed the research for air purification. This will allow us to make magic conveyor belts, which require, let's have a look. Well, it's an advanced gadget which we could sell for quite a lot of money. Stamina spell books as well, we could sell for a decent amount of money. Julia, they don't actually make that much, you know. How curious. Air booster, new recipe unlocked, okay. Well, let's go and have a look at what we can do next. You will notice that I've already set up the farms for the most part. Right, what do we want to research next? Now, mana reactors is going to require pretty much everything to be researched, which is fair enough. The necklace is the next thing that we're going to require. This will also possibly unlock omnistones. Magic rails, though. Well, let's go ahead and get earth purification. But what are these curious boosters? Paths. Well, we've got this. How does one make one? I'm going to have to find out. Made in the Magic Forge. Fair enough. Pipes. Where would the boosters be? What are the boosters? I must know. Nothing in there. Well, it didn't actually show up in anything, interestingly. That's very curious. How does one make a booster? Is this something we can click on? Let's have a look. Can we make boosters? Are they... I wouldn't have thought they were. Huh. Oh! Wait. Maybe that's what it means. Maybe certain things require air... Ah, that could be what we're talking about. I would need gold and iron to make the crowns, which, you know, is good. But as things stand, I would need to... Why is that sell for so little? I'm curious. Very curious. You have nothing to drill. You can drill from over there. There you go. Sorted. Let's have a look at the elemental refinery. No, just making the stuffs. You're still making the stuffs as well. No other kinds of boosters that I can see at the moment, at the very least. We've got a magic forge over here. Mana pipe, mana conveyor belt, magic conveyor rather. We would need air crystals and a lot of heat. Wow. But they would be good, I think. It's difficult to tell. Is air booster something I can put here maybe? Apply, no, nothing we can do in there. I don't have any... Ah, there we go. Grain mill. Alright, adds an air booster. Is there anything else we can do that with? The kitchens can have it as well. Alright, not that one though. No, not that... Ah, right, I clicked on the grain mill, my bad. Pastures perhaps? Nope, they need earth crystals though, to upgrade them further. I imagine the earth boosters might be something for the farms. That would make sense to me. What about workshops? Yep, air boosters can go into workshops as well. Have we got many? No, we don't. That is a bit of a shame. Alright, well, it looks like we've got a couple of ideas of how we can make use of these. We can't use the booster here, which is a shame. Can a forester have one? No, that's probably going to be an earth one. I think I'm getting an idea of what these items are now and how exactly we're going to be making use of them in the future. Very interesting indeed. What about the mine? No, that's probably another earth booster. The forge is probably going to be a fire booster. If I was to guess, I would say the forge is more of a fire element. All right, but that's fine. Right, so what are we going to be doing today? Well, first and foremost, we need to plant tomatoes, which we don't have. Also potatoes, which we don't have. Carrots, we've got in abundance, but none of the other things. That's less than great. I am going to, for a time, I'm going to shut down the potato grabber. I'm going to let potatoes stockpile for a little bit. Tomatoes down here. Sure, we can place down a barn and just grab some tomatoes and that should be all okay. Let's pop the barn right by here. And we'll get just a regular worker. We don't need more than one. Right, you can start stockpiling there. That should be more than good enough for us. Okay, so with all of that going on, we're going to need to place down the infrastructure for our for making our pies. Right now we're making meat pies over here. That requires just a little bit of fuel. And we're going to also want another kitchen just about there, which is going to make, well, let's give it a little bit of extra room, shall we? Actually, no, not necessary. But this one is going to need to have the veggie pies. Let's go ahead and pop these in. Veggie stew. There we are. It is stew. It is not pies. It's fine. Right. Now, splitting these things off is going to be a bit of a protch. I'm going to be honest with you. But we can probably manage it if we place down 3 separate silos. And I'm going to want them... How exactly we're going to want to split these off is the question here. I could use a signal, some computation to try and balance the belt so they've got one of each in sequence until it allows the next one to activate, and so on and so forth, moving through. That would be a potential, but I think all 3 of them together will probably take a little bit more time to gather up. So let's set these up over here, and only one of them is actually going to need to feed into the vegetable kitchen. Now we've got our fuel over there that we're kind of going to want to bring across. We can do that. Here's a problem for us though. A problem that we're going to need to solve. I think I'm going to make use of the fact that if we have a silo in a certain position, then it's going to make moving items around a lot easier. Let's go ahead and place down another silo then. Now, I've mentioned before that silos can allow you to change elevation fairly easily, and that is exactly what we're going to use it for right here. And since I don't know yet where the paths are going to come through for these silos, we'll just put them out like this. There we are. And then we'll go ahead and grab out of there if we can, and this way it'll feed straight over there. Yes, we'll be stockpiling a fair bit of fertilizer, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem for us. Right, let's start placing down some of this produce then. So we want to have a row. Oh, my bad. Okay, let's reduce that. That was a bit of a problem there. And I am going to remove it because I've got an idea of how I want this to be set up. So, first potatoes, then carrots, all the way along, and then we'll go for tomatoes. And we're going to do this in this line all the way through. There we are. Only we've run out. Damn it. We'll eventually come back to it. It'll be fine. So carrots is the second line. There we go. And then 3 down from that. Or rather 2 down. Ah, poop. Knew that was going to happen. And then finally down here as well. There we go. That's all fine. Get rid of those. Now the potatoes. Grab the tatus. And place that down as well. And we've run out. Well, poop. Oh well. Right, so these should be gathering whatever they can. There we are. Right, we're going to need 3 lines of each. Tomatoes on the outside, I'm going to say. There we are. And we'll try and balance them as we're going to be delivering them. So, tomatoes on this side will all go into this one. Now, I'm assuming the tomatoes can roll. That is not necessarily a safe assumption. It's the one we're going to roll with. Badumch. Right, let's get the platforms down. There we go. And we are going to want all of those all the way down. Now, we're not making use of the acceleration of the chutes here, but that should be fine. Pop these in and start getting tomatoes harvested. Where are you? There we are. Tomatoes. And tomatoes as well. Now, I'm not sure why this one is connecting with that one in terms of its logic, but I'm not even sure what the logic would work with there, but it's fine. There we go. Tomatoes are a go. Now, I could, theoretically speaking, have the produce all going into a barn and then getting pulled out, but I think this is probably a better system this way. I would hope so, at any rate. The only thing that I would allow us to have is a bit of a backup. But tomatoes do in fact roll, so that's the main thing there. Right, next up, we are going to want... This will be... let's have the second line be potatoes. I think that's fine. We're going to want, once again, for these to come all the way down. In fact, we're going to want to pull this back a little bit. There we go. Yep, that should work. And then just connect these up. There we go, that should work perfectly. However, actually, no, it won't. I'm going to need these to connect over here first. Ouch. Well, one thing I could do is I could have the potatoes coming out the back. That wouldn't necessarily be a problem, thinking about it. And it's not like we've already placed down the produce and thus wasting any, so sure, we'll make that happen. So we're going to want this to come all the way out here. There we are. Let's remove... No, damn it. Wasted a tomato. My bad. There we are. And we can just have these come all the way out. Hook up. And then go down the ramp. And take a turn as appropriate. There we are. Perfect. And then this one can... Oh, that is not wanted to go down there. There we go. All the way through. Excellent. Right, this one can be for our... Sure, we can go with potatoes here. Set these ones up. Now I'm hoping that once these farms are at full... producing at full pace, that this will be suitable, but we'll see. So potatoes can roll. Excellent. Now the potatoes need to split. Evenly at that. So let's just have this come out. There we go. And then just pop a splitter down so that it is split evenly. Excellent. And you already know what's coming next. Well, you do if you've been paying attention at the very least. There we are. And we're going to do exactly the same. But first we're going to check if carrots in fact roll. Do we have anywhere that's producing carrots? Yes, they do. I mean, you would assume they do, but you know, what if they come down the chute at the wrong angle? Madness. Right, so we can have one little connection over there. These can live on top of the tomatoes. There we go. And around. And there we go. Perfect. This should work exactly as we need it to. All the way in. Or at least if we've got enough... Oh, we don't have enough planks. Well, drat to damn and blast. Also, I shouldn't have placed these down just yet because we need to put the grabbers in. I will eventually get that through my head, but now it's going to escape me for a little bit. There we go. As carrots they are. Now connect those up, and there we are. The carrots are on their way. And as soon as we've got one more plank, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Carrots can start feeding in there. And once we've got several more planks, we can finish this off. There we are. No, I'm going to need to... No, don't try that. Thankfully, that managed to fix itself. There we are. And one connection. And we can place down the splitter and the grabber. And we are good. Right, that should be the last thing for the veg stew. And in fact, the last thing for the meat stew as well. Absolutely grand. Right, we're going to need conveyors pulling out these resources. And once again, well, actually first, let's set up the railway connections. So we want this around and up. Same down here. And about here, it seems. Oh, wait, no. Need that going along here instead. There we are. And this can connect up. Okay. Excellent. That works perfectly. Oh, need to get rid of that one, unfortunately, but that's fine. And this can just connect up down there. There we go. Okay, now I need to do exactly the same thing. Ah, I see why I wasn't positioning those correctly. I'm an idiot. That's why. If you were under any illusions to the contrary, well, that's on you, not me. But all we need now are our silos. So let's get those going. There we are. Now then, time to build up the logic once again, or rather the computation once again. We'll start off with the blocker. There we go. And then we need 2 math blocks, 2 set blocks as well. And where do we have the number block? There we go. And finally, we want another math block actually. There we are. Right, so this math block will need to connect on there. This math block to there. There we go. This one needs to be less than 1. And this can hook up right there. There we go. All perfect. Right, with that, we can delete these. And just as soon as something updates, once one of these gets to 20, that will cause the entire system to update, which will be perfect. Right, so next up, we want inventory sensors. One here, there we are. We're going. Oh, actually, we also want the inventory sensors, and they need to be offset. Ah, you thought I'd forgotten after the last episode? No. Oh, man, I felt so bad. I can't even explain how derpy I felt for that one. My goodness. There we go. Oh, no, that's not right. We want this one set up as an AND as well. There we are. Right. We want 4 math blocks. Expensive thing to set up this. Less than 1, please. Also less than 1. And greater than or equal to 20. And same down here. Perfect. We need 2 number blocks. Now, how are these all hooked up? Also want agent triggers as well. Right, so first and foremost, this one will feed into this number block there. There we go. And this one doing exactly the same. This one will get fed to by the agent trigger and will itself feed into the number block. It's fine. And then this one will feed into the AND block. As I believe does this one. This one feeds the delta block as well as the AND block. There we go. We are going to want a pusher that is triggered only by the AND block. There we go. How many are in there? Wow, that is a stupidly large amount. There we go. Excellent. And finally the delta blocks as well, so that we can update the whole computation array. There we go. And here, and finally, whew, that is a long way over there, but that's fine. There we go. That should all work correctly now. We've got 3 places with something to collect. Wow, these places are producing quickly though. They're basically constantly producing. That is impressive. And these farms aren't even remotely at capacity yet. Okay, I mean, that being said, they're only not at capacity in the sense that they have not... Oh no, can I not plant underneath? They're only not at capacity in the sense of... Oh, dread. Oh no, there we go. Haha! That once something has been used up, it's not going to necessarily be easy to replace it. Still, I'm fairly happy with what we've got there. There we go. And next up, we're going to want... that'll be carrots, so more potato plants. If we can, please and thank you. Let's just sneak that in there. There we go. And potato plants are down here as well. So try and get up underneath the scaffolding. We should be good. And then tomato plants, and we're good. There we go. It'll take a little while for these to all grow. Again, that's my biggest worry without water, that these will take an inordinate amount of time to grow. But it doesn't actually seem that that's the case. Tomato is completely filled up. Potato is more or less filled up. Carrot is being used as quickly as we can get it, though, which is fine. Though we do actually have a stockpile of carrots, so that's not too bad. Let's see. Are all the carrot plants... Yeah, they're all growing. I'm going to say we could do with maybe... Let's take these up to 5 each. And that should saturate the belt or the chute, as the case may be. But there we go. We've got a very great deal of materials here. Right, we need these to be updated. What feeds those? The delta block feeds the set blocks. Right, there we are. So let's get the set blocks in. There we are. And finally, hook these up and then hook these up as well. We should be good. The first unit to get through here should be able to clean this out. There we go. Now, strictly speaking, that should have updated this to prevent this from working. Why has it not? Ah, I clicked on the wrong thing. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, that is all set correctly now. So the next time this gets updated, or rather as soon as this gets checked, there we go. Perfect. All working as intended. However, this is not, so why not? Ah, I've not hooked these up. How did I miss so many things? And yet the system still works, which is kind of impressive when you think about it. Okay, unfortunately, we're going to need to force the issue here and allow something through just so that it updates correctly the first time. That was a bit of an oversight on my part. The other thing we could do is we could just delete everything that's in there, but that is a humongous waste, and I am not willing to do that. No, no, no. Let's get you down all the way. There we are. Oh, okay, fair enough. And I'm just going to force it down there. Nah, it won't pick it up anyway, but gonna have to get someone to do it. You'll be the one that we need. So as soon as you can get through, there we go, and bump. There we are. There we are. Everything is updated. Marvelous. The whole system should be primed to work now. We're actually starting to see a stockpile of resources. I think it's time for a new cart. I wasn't expecting this, I'll be honest, but sure, okay. Let's get you on the go. Let's get you down there. You should go straight through. And, oh, you're going to turn in to grab some extras there. And you should be there very soon indeed. How much have you got? Yep, 20. That's brilliant. I think we may actually need another card. I wasn't expecting this at all. But fine, I'm down with it. There we go. And you should pick up some from the sandwich silo. Excellent news. Okay, let's have a look at things over here. How's everything going? How are people doing? Veggies, they're good. We're delivering... What? Why? Oh, meat stew is full. Wow. Okay, that's actually quite impressive. All right. Well, I mean, given that we're delivering such a varied stock of foodstuffs, maybe that's not going to be an issue then. The only other thing that we would like is dairy at this point. Okay. Well, that's certainly something we can do. Let's see. If something came out of here with an inventory, I'd actually like it to turn back and run straight back through. We could make that happen. If something has an inventory by the time it's leaving, it's just to quickly switch around. It is still going on a very long trek, but I don't want to take up precious space for my houses in here. So let's have something a little bit more like this instead. There we go. Now, these are probably going to just take whatever part they want. What we can do is I can have a blocker set over here to activate only if something has... If something has an inventory, this blocker deactivates. If it has an inventory, this blocker... if it's empty, this blocker deactivates. But it'll probably be easier if I had this system just set up about here instead. Let's do it a little bit different though. Let's pop it there. There we go, that'll be a little bit better. Right, okay, so we are going to want some computation. We want an inventory sensor right about here. We want an agent trigger right about there. I'm going to want the agent trigger to pop in a math block here, a math block there, and both of these will control a blocker. Or rather, they'll both control a pusher. Let's grab a pusher instead. There we go. Right, so if this has got... If it's greater than... if it's greater than 1, or greater or equal to 1, and that's true, then I want you to activate that. And once it's passed... I would want that to be 0 otherwise. Therein is the problem. Oh, no, there we go. That's fine. In that case, that should work. I don't need the other blocks here. I could have something reset it, but honestly, I don't think that's necessary. We're just gonna use the pusher here to direct the traffic as we want it to go. There we are. And then that can just go back through the loop a little bit faster than otherwise. How did you get over here, though? That is somewhat impressive. You shouldn't have been able to, but we'll see how that goes. How many places have something? Yeah, there's lots of things to pick up, so we'll just watch them travel through once again. Still got some veggie stews there. My lord. We're out of any kind of grain, though. That's a problem. Let's just have a watch of these. That one is getting redirected. What have you got? You've got veggie stews. You've also got veggie stew. You picked up some meat. And you're picking up some meat. Very well. Maybe getting an extra minecart would help out a bit. Let's pop another one there and set you going. We still have enough. Oh, wow. These things produce so much, though. My lord. Let's have a watch of these. Meat stew, veggie stew. That seems to be the only thing we're collecting right now. That is a bit of an issue because this stuff is being stockpiled way faster than anything else. And that's without any extra workers working on it. Well, we could have a toggle system, but I'd rather not. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather allow them to move through, but this is going to be a continual issue. If they can just do this and constantly get snagged here, but then be full of materials that they can't get rid of, that will be a problem for me. I could add in an extra sensor based on the content of the food market. For example, if the food market has soup, then this shouldn't activate. only if that's run out is it allowed to pick up. That may be necessary to prevent the issue that we're having right now. Though that being said, we do seem to have managed to work our way through. Perhaps it's just a case of having enough minecarts. Still, I worry that this is going to eventually become a problem. We'll release them all and see what they can do. We'll hope for the best. There we go. Grabbing plenty of chicken. There we are. Even though one minecart can only deliver a full cargo of chicken once, and then that's it. The chicken won't be getting used right now. For a large part, the chicken won't be getting used at all, actually. That, I think at this point, it is actually time for us to bring over more of the houses then. Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, given that, I'm going to need this cart to stop doing what it's doing. We're going to get rid of this entire section. It is long overdue that we deal with this. So, time for it all to go, I'm afraid. Yep, I know. Terrible, but it's time. There we go. Get rid of all of that. Get all the logic blocks. There we go. Get rid of all of these. Fantastic. This is cathartic. Oh my lord. This is actually very, very pleasant just doing this. Right, so with that moved, I guess I could just move the houses for now. Sure, actually. Let's grab my move tool. We're moving you over. You're going to live right around here. You are going to live right around there. I mean, technically, we can quite happily make it to 5 happiness without... with 3 happiness, with just the food alone, without any other production, which is pretty impressive in and of itself. I would like... Sure, we'll get some extra houses on that side. Now, with all of these extra houses, we should start using up the food a lot faster, which will help out. There we go. It's a good problem to have that we can't use the stuff up faster than we're producing it, but we do need to keep an eye on that one, I think. I would like another path crossing here. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Let's have... Actually, I'm going to need stairs. Down the half stairs. There we go. And an arch just going across there. And we'll get... Oh, I put it in the wrong place. Well, drag down and blast. That's my silly fault. We'll do the same thing over here as well. May as well just build this up while I'm here. There we go. And with this many homes using up all of the food that we're producing, it should get a little bit easier to manage. I'm very hopeful. There we are. Perfect. Let's have a look now. There we go. We're getting through that nice and fast. Perfect. That's what we needed. How many stocks have we got? A reasonable amount, actually. We've got 100 sandwiches and 100 bread. Ye gad. I am pretty impressed with that. Let's get you down there. Grab some bread. Okay, we could probably do with a couple of extra carts as well, but for the time being, that should be fine. How are we doing? Meat stew. We are not getting through that nearly fast enough. Very well. Moving more homes across then. So let's start with you. Sure, we'll have you there. I'm going to leave a little spot there so we can have a bit more of a square. I really do like decorating. There we go. This is good times. Now, it does mean that we're not going to be getting as many purple coins, but I think we should be able to manage without having to worry too much about that. That's a lot of homes there. Going to be getting a lot of food. With that done, I strongly suspect... no, actually, we're still managing to eat the bread pretty much as fast as it's coming in. That, in and of itself, is pretty impressive. How about down here? How are the cakes going? I am noticing... No delivery... What? What? Ha? What? I don't even. What? There is literally no evens going on right now. Okay, goodbye, minecart. How did that happen? How? Someone explain to me. Okay, I need you to be filtered to wood, please. Thank you. Forward. Oh, you gad. I have no clue what went on there, but it was bad. My silos are probably full of cakes. I mean, that isn't a bad problem to have, I suppose, but still, not the best of situations at all. Right, so with that done, we're taking care of pretty much everything but dairy. All right, well, what is the best dairy product that we can make? Let's have a look at you. You need a plan of action. Really, butter is the best dairy product? I mean, I guess. I would have thought cheese would be high, but sure. Okay. We could straight up do milk, but butter seems to be the way to go. And to make butter, what do we require? Just two glasses of milk. All right. We are not stockpiling milk. Pardon me. So that should be okay. We could merrily split off some of our wheat production over here. That being said, not really. I mean, we could probably split a little bit of it off. But I'm not entirely sold that we'd be able to make do. No. I think what we're going to have to do is have another 2 farms over here sending their grain up to another grain mill, into a pasture, into and just make butter and then deliver the butter. I think that's going to be the way it has to be. How is everything going over here? Should be fine, actually. Yep, we're dropping off quite a lot of sandwiches. My lord. This is glorious. Everyone is so happy as well. We're at 153. That means that we're generating quite a lot more. We could also get fish. Easily, as it happens, we could easily get fish. But let's just focus on the dairy for now, shall we? Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's just go ahead and grab some farms. And I'm going to want 2 spaces about there and there. There we go. We're going to place down a decent amount of farmland right the way around. But we don't need it to be over much. I'm actually going to want these to rotate. Now, the question here is, should I go full in? I think I will. I'll have these ones also have grain over there as well. That seems reasonable. There we go. And pump. Perfect. That'll do for me. Okay. Now then, we're going to want to deliver this over here as we have done previously. I really like this system. If you didn't notice, I think it's rather good. We want to deliver to about here. That should be sufficient. And then we're going to want a lot of... Oh, actually, before we do that, I'm going to need to get the connections underneath, I'm going to say. There we are. And let's just get this flowing out first. There we are. And if I can grab you. Perfect. And down. There we go. And then we can place all of the arches we need. Feels so much more efficient now that we're actually approaching the town as satisfied with the best product that we can. Seems to do a lot of good for us. Let's grab the grabbers. There we go. And set you to make grain for me. There we go. And the same for you. Grain, please. There we go. Perfect. Right, we're going to need a grain mill. And this one we're probably going to want it 5 people working it. Actually, no. We really haven't. Wow. Impressive. Okay, well, animal feed is all we need here. As well as a pasture that we could upgrade if we wanted to, but I'm not entirely certain that there's going to be a need for it. There we go. And we are going to want you to produce just milk. Purely milk. Now, I'm going to need to drop a little bit of terrain. That there should do. And with that, can you not gather the water? Bit of a curious one. There we go. Right, okay, let's flatten up. There we go. That should still be producing everything we need. Perfect. Right, we're going to want to deliver the milk straight out into a silo, obviously. About here. And simply make butter with it. Let's find a kitchen. This is going to be a really, really easy one to do. They're getting progressively easier to set up, to be fair. Let's pop this one just by there, just so we've got enough room. And we're going to want some butter. There we go. We're not even going to need any kind of fuel for this one, so it's absolutely free for all intents and purposes. Let's get this going. And we'll bring this up to... Sure, we'll bring it around there. And then straight up the middle. There we are. There we have it. That'll produce just about as fast as I can get the milk out to it. And, well, we could improve the pasture a little bit if we need to. I'm not entirely sure that we do. Ooh, wait. Now we're starting to see a bit of slowdown there. So let's drive this pasture up as high as it can go. I'd rather the animal feed be the limiting factor. Oh, dear. Well. Silly me. Completely forgot. When I saw all of that milk coming out, yeah. Dumb. Aavak is dumb. Let's set you to only take milk, please and thank you. And then we should be able to just remove the fertilizer off the line. There we go. That should be okay. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right. So you've already got plenty of butter there. Okay, well, I'm going to quickly set up a new silo. I'm not going to have you watch me do that. You've seen me do it plenty at this point. If you do need a pointer on how to set up the logic here, it shouldn't be too hard. Just check out the previous episodes. There we go. Wow, so many are peeling off there. That's a little bit annoying, but I am going to have to get magic rails. That's going to require fire. I mean, there's nothing wrong with fire, I suppose, but it's going to be a little bit more of a potch than I would have strictly wanted. Still, this should be fine for now. But that is going to be it for this episode. I really do hope you've enjoyed and will be joining me for the next, where we're probably going to see the next bit of research complete. Let's go and have a quick look. Oh, wait. Ha! How many people? How many of you realized what I hadn't done? Too many, I'm sure. Far too many. Well. Okay, we'll get that sorted very soon. Why is this not producing? We're not getting any crystals, really? Are we truly not getting any crystals? Can you not deliver it? Can we get up there? Drop them off. Crystals go in. And... oh, there we go. The air crystals should be being delivered. How curious. Are they being used up for something? Most curious, that one. It could be that we were supplying them and eventually converting them into... could have been dropping them off in any kind of barn. But what we'll be doing in the next episode, we'll set up the stone. And in fact, I think we're going to go ahead and set up a delivery of all the different crystal shards so that eventually we can collect what we need. I can just have a wagon set to deliver what's necessary to the school. And then it should be able to grab whatever it needs. But that's going to be it from me for now. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.